And we can tell you for India, this crisis is twofold. Dumping from the West is just one problem. The second is India's own e-waste. A United Nations report says that India is now the third largest producer of electronic waste in the world. And if all this waste is not disposed of properly, it could have major ramifications, not just for the people, but also for the environment. Here's a report.
What do you do with your old gadgets? Do you put them in a drawer and forget about them? Do you sell them off? Or do you dump them at the nearest garbage disposal? Have you ever wondered what's happening with your old electronics? They're most likely to end up here, a massive landfill overflowing with dead electronics. And in India, these graveyards of broken tech are only growing. According to United Nations report, India is now the third biggest e-waste generator in the world, just after the United States and China. Indians generate more than 3 million metric tons of e-waste every year. E-waste is inevitable. Gadgets have now penetrated every aspect of life, and Indians are buying more and more of them. The pandemic has accelerated their demand. In the first quarter of 2021, smartphone shipments to India grew by 23%. More than 38 million units were sold. Over 500 million people now use a smartphone in India. By the end of 2020, close to 8 million laptops were shipped to Indians. More gadgets can only mean more e-waste. Going by the data from the government, India generated more than 1 million tons of e-waste in 2020. E-waste has increased by more than 31% when compared with the numbers from last year. This data doesn't include the numbers from the informal sector, where most of the e-waste still ends up. Estimates suggest that 95% of e-waste in India is handled by the informal sector. So the crisis could be much bigger. What's the way out? How can India handle its e-waste crisis? Experts suggest a variety of solutions. One of them is the right to repair. Technology companies want to launch new products every year. They encourage users to replace their gadgets and place restrictions on repairs. Governments around the world are now bringing in laws to ensure that customers have the right to repair their gadgets. In the United States, almost all of the 50 American states have proposed a bill for this. This month, the United Kingdom introduced right to repair rules with an aim of extending the lifespan of products by up to 10 years. The European Union already has a law in place. It ensures that electronics can be repaired for up to a decade. India could consider a right to repair law too. It could also consider bringing in policies that encourage recycling of electronics and incentivize manufacturers and sellers for selling refurbished products. The solutions are there. All India needs to do is act on them. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.